This is a demonstration of FT817OS. This program is sort of a front end for my library that I've been making called FT817Com that implements all of the functionality of the FT817 radio. You can find more information about this Perl module that I'm developing on CPAN. You can just search for it right here. In this video, I'm going to run the FT817OS for the first time, which is going to check for a config file as well as a calibration file. It's very important that the software calibration is backed up, because if you lose it, you will have to send your radio back to Yaesu if you have to default your radio. Direct calls to the EEPROM is a delegate balance. There is no CRC check, and therefore these settings should be saved. If you have to restart your radio, at least you'll have those calibrations on hand. So we're going to start it up now. Now this is the initial configuration. It doesn't have one. Currently I develop all this on Linux, so not really sure about what's going on with Windows yet. I'm going to have to take a look at that. I'll just type it in. It's going to ask me for baud rate. Mine is 38.4. And lock file. Yes, highly recommended, so that only one instance of the program can use it at a time. My settings are correct. Not only does the program back up the calibration, but it creates a hash. It does 5 passes to make sure that it's correct. On start, it'll also look through the config files and the calibration files to make sure that they match the running configuration right now. That is to say, the calibration program is taking a digest of the current calibration, and it is measuring it against the digest that is saved in the config file. The radio config is the configuration of the jumper settings to make sure that the software jumper settings haven't been changed within the radio. So right now I could type in help and see what commands that I have available. What I really want to show in this demonstration is that if I exit the program and I look within the directory, I have 2 files. One is my config file. So we'll see that this is generated with the timestamp. It shows a serial port, the baud rate, the name of the lock file that's used. These are the config values that are generated in the radio from the hardware jumpers, the solder blobs, and this is a digest of the calibration. This is what's checked to make sure that the software calibration settings in the radio haven't been changed. Also, the calibration settings upon startup are immediately saved to a separate file. These are the important values that you need for your specific radio. Should you lose these calibration settings, at worst, at this point, you'll be able to type them in the advanced menu individually. This is the decimal value, the hexadecimal value, and the binary value of each particular address. And these are unique to your specific radio. That's all for this video.